Kieran Gilbert.
Kieran from Sky News. Prime Minister, thanks so much. You said in your speech that, and rightly, that we only are 1.3% of emissions globally, but when you look at every nation with a similar carbon footprint, it amounts to 40% of global emissions. Nations with a carbon footprint of 1.3...
How do we go from 1.3 to 40%?
I'm saying all the nations together with a similar carbon footprint. Well, the point I'm making is, as a proud nation, a middle power, we've made contributions, punched above our weight in so many different areas in terms of the Middle East and so on. Right now, our troops are there patrolling with other nations. The point I'm getting at is, do you believe there's scope within you as a leader within this nation to step up our role and advocate? Because as you say, climate emissions don't have an accent, but you can advocate as a leader. Our nation can advocate. Yeah. Is there scope to do that?
Well, let me tell you what the Australian accent is saying about emissions reduction right now. Meeting and beating our Kyoto targets, and that we're going to meet and beat our Paris targets. That's what the Australian accent is saying under our government. The Australian accent is saying we've got record levels of renewable investment. The Australian accent is saying that we're going to reduce our per capita emissions by half. The Australian accent is saying we're investing in technologies which will see us transition to alternative fuel sources, and that we're going to lead the way in technology and science and partner with others to do that. See, the Australian accent is there, and I'll seek to amplify that every opportunity I get. There are plenty who want to silence that accent, many from our own country, for whatever purposes they're seeking to do that for. But I'll keep speaking it strongly and loudly, that Australia, as I did at the United Nations last year, Australia is carrying its load and more. We are doing what you'd expect a country like Australia to do. But what I won't do is this. I'm not going to sell out Australians. I'm not going to sell out Australians based on the calls from some to put higher taxes on them, or to push up their electricity prices, or to abandon their jobs and their industries and tell them that they're just collateral damage of a global movement. I'm not going to do that.